The 3D is just the screen. You are the projector. You don't ask the screen for permission to change the film. You just change it. When you feel like you have done the work but the 3D has not caught up yet and you fell in the trap of waiting, so how to come out of that? This video is about how to come out of that. And before getting into the video, let me introduce myself. My name is Preeti and welcome to my channel. When you feel like you are done inside but the 3D has not caught up yet, and it often feels like a waiting. You are stuck in waiting. Actually, waiting is a subtle form of resistance. When you say your I am statement, like I am this, I am that, and when you see that your 3D has not caught up yet, it's like you are telling your subconscious mind that your 3D is the truth and your internal state is just a thought. But that's not true. And that is why you are not getting what you want, because you are in this waiting trap. To dissolve this trap, you need to start viewing the 3D as a delayed projection. Think of a movie projector. If you change a film in the projector, the screen does not change the image instantly. It is going to take a fraction of second to change the image. It takes fraction of second for the light to travel and the projector to cycle through. So the internal state matters. The 3D does not matter. The circumstances does not matter. Your internal state matters. Your internal state is the only truth. And the 3D is just a delayed projection. So whenever you fall into this waiting trap, call yourself up and explain this to yourself. The 3D is not the truth. Your internal state of being matters. And if you say that I am loved, only that matters. The 3D will caught up in its timing. You should act as if you are already what you want, what you are trying to manifest. Well, you can think of your 3D as a past, because it is the collection of your previous thoughts, beliefs, feelings, actions. The collection of your past, previous feelings, thoughts, beliefs, actions that have finally finished their journey through the projector and onto the screen. When you are seeing your 3D reality, when you are seeing the current reality, the physical reality, you are actually watching the yesterday's film. The 3D is simply a record of where you were yesterday, last week, or last year. It simply has no power to create anything new, because it can only reflect what you were thinking previously. If you are treating the 3D as the truth, you're basically reliving the same film over and over. To change the movie, you need to stop looking at the screen and change the film in the projector. And no, I'm not talking about movies and projectors. I'm talking about your current consciousness. Only then the 3D is going to change. Your internal state is not just a thought. It is your creative blueprint. It is your identity. When you occupy a state, you're not wanting it anymore. You are experiencing it. Because thought is fleeting, but your internal state is not just a thought, because thought is just a fleeting state. Your internal state is your creative blueprint. It is not just a passing thought. It is your identity. When you are coming from your internal state, you are experiencing it. You are not wanting it. When you are saying your I am statements, or when you are focusing on your current manifestations, your current consciousness, you are not just saying the words, you are calling the reality that already exists in quantum fields of possibilities. You are matching your internal frequency to that reality. Waiting energy traps happens because when you believe there is a distance between here and there, But in the realm of consciousness, there is no distance. The 3D is just the delayed shadow of your internal state. It is not the source, it is the consequences. If you are waiting, you are saying you don't have it. And if you are having it, then you are not waiting. So if you are falling in this trap again and again, you need to talk. You need to talk to yourself. First of all, you should acknowledge it. What is happening is, if you resist, you are going to persist. So acknowledge it, whatever it is, acknowledge it. And whatever you are feeling, acknowledge it. You are a human, you can. So you can feel all these stuffs. So acknowledge it, and then bring yourself out of that by telling yourself this 3D is just delayed shadow of your internal state. This is not the truth. The truth is only your internal state. 3D does not matter, only the internal state matters. The reason the 3D feels heavy right now because you are using it to validate your internal state. You do not need to know when and how. That's not your job. You need to reshift your focus into what? What do you want? You do not need to do anything to make it arrive. You just need to stop pushing it away with the anxiety of when. When you genuinely believe it is done, the urgency disappears. The when, how, it belongs to the universe, the time, space, reality. Your only job is your what, your internal state. So start acting from the end. Make small decisions, do the decluttering, or organize the space where you will work, or clean the home, or you can do the stuffs that you have been delaying for a very long time from your to-do list. So don't need to wait for something to happen. Observe the transition happening from internal reality to the external one. The most powerful thing you can do is occupy the role of the person who has already succeeded. Live in that identity. How would that person act? What that person would feel? How they are going to believe, talk, think. Occupy that role of that successful person. Live in that identity so fully that the 3D has got no choice to reflect it back to you. So whatever is happening in this current reality, in this 3D reality, this physical reality, is just a previous manifestation. Most of the time it is just a previous manifestation, and sometimes it is a bridge of event. We don't know how what we want is going to show up. So this could be a bridge of event, bridge of incidents to bring you what you were manifesting. And sometimes it could be for your growth, for you to evolve. Sometimes whatever is happening to you, it could be for your growth, for you to evolve as a person, because it could be a trigger that could lead you to learn a very important life lesson. Whatever it is, just don't get so engaged with this current circumstances. Everything is temporary. You're breathing, that's temporary. We all are temporary. So the situations are there for temporary. Life happens, there's good time, there's bad time. So just ignore them, or you can make best use of this current reality. Whatever this is, let me remind you one last time. Your 3D is not the truth. Your internal state is the truth. Whenever you fall in this waiting trap, you need to understand the work is already done inside the internal state. The internal state is only matters. I hope this video gave you some value.